Jacob, tough night, mate. Do you take much out of a game like that, or do you kind of park that one and move on to the next game?
Yeah, I mean, I take the fact that we've got to be better. Like, it's enough's enough. It's 3 games in. We've had, we're averaging 100 points. What I take out of it, it's not good enough. Like, and, we put a decent performance together, come into an environment that's going to challenge us. We don't do enough. To be in it, and then we're always backpedaling and trying to do something, and guys are looking at the bench. It's just not good enough. So, I mean, if we keep going like this league's too good. The same results are gonna happen. So, I get the fact that we're gonna have to change.
You feel like that second quarter was the difference? I think it was 31 to 10, and the Jackies really got on top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you change much, I guess, when a side has that kind of momentum, or is it a tough thing to alter in the course of a game?
I mean, I'm not disrespecting. I mean, we didn't guard, but you still they're talented. Yeah, I mean, we got to respect them that way. So please don't think by no means is that like I'm saying, being any disrespect to the opposition, because they kicked our ass today. But I mean, we've got to guard.
What was your message to the team straight after that?
I mean, we got a game in 2 days, so and they're adults, so we're not. I mean, you just speak how you're speaking right now, the truth. I've always given them the truth that way. It's just not good enough. I mean, and some of it they would know, that way is, and but there has to be a change within the group. We do a lot of work on this, a lot of video, this and that, whatever. But there's nothing video-wise that will help us that way. There's no change in strategy or anything like that. It's just the will of us right now. And I mean, they're the best in the business at it. I mean, obviously they are the best in the little things. So, but it's still not good enough.
You think that the JackJumpers are the best team you've seen so far this year?
No, at the little thing. Well, I mean, Scott might kick my ass if I tell him to say they're the best. I mean, because it's a bit early days. But I mean, at the little things right now is they're the best in the business at the little things.
Go ahead.
Trying to pick out some positives, Jakey, if we can. Gary's game, that was the best he's played so far this season. Do you take some heart out of what he was able to produce tonight?
Yeah. He's showing. I mean, he's sitting here, so it's but he's showing glimpses, and he's gonna be better for it. And when you come into this league, it's a new as a new player, you got to figure yourself out, and he's doing a great job of that. But I'm sure he don't want to hear this right now that's coming out. And that's why we love him here, is because he'd be as rocked as I am right now and disappointed. But I'm pumped that he was able to see the ball go through the net. Absolutely, pumped that way.
Gary, just like Jacob said, I'm sure it doesn't really matter how you played personally when the team struggled, but what did you make of things out there tonight?
It was everything. The guys were kind of gearing up to leading into the game. Is just the atmosphere, and just the small things Coach keep emphasizing is that how well they handle themselves within that environment of doing the right thing every time. Our guys have, in that second quarter, kind of fell into a nasty place of just they're doing what they do really well, and we didn't do anything that we do good at all, like not a thing. So it's just one of those games where, like Coach said, I think we have to change, and at the end of the day, he gives us the recipe, and if guys don't stick to the strip, then we have no chance at the end of the day, especially against a club like that where they're just disciplined. If they, from my understanding, they've been runner-up the last 2 years, and you come in here and you think that you can just play around with the ball, go empty possessions, and just not guard, you have no chance.
Like Jacob said, it's not so much an X's and O's type thing. It's not really a vision type thing. This is an issue for the playing group where you need to get together and talk about your effort and get your mindset right. And with a short turnaround, is that a good thing that you now play again in 2 days' time?
Absolutely. from day one, I've been just adamant about how good of a club these guys are that I'm, dressing up with, just in, how good of people they are. But I think, with that short window, it's a trust issue of just believing in, giving yourself, being selfless and giving yourself to the team. And then, however uncomfortable it is in each guy's respective space, and just trusting coach's game plan on the offensive end and the defensive end. And just, we got a team that's desperate, but, in Adelaide, but we should be way more desperate just off of, getting our tail whooped like we got whooped tonight.
Is that where it's a good thing because you're so experienced? You're playing in this league for the first time, but you've had a lifetime of basketball experience. Can you offer some leadership to some of the younger guys on the team over the next 48 hours?
I think so. We talked afterwards a little bit just in, we hit it a lot, before the game, and I've been adamant about just kind of telling guys like we don't just start at being a really good team. It starts, being a really good player individually every day, being coachable every day, and just whatever space that you have to be, like, so militant and doing your job every possession. Like, you can't take a possession off and on the defensive end or the offensive end, and it's just like one guy does it and it trickles to the next guy and it trickles to the next guy, and now you look up and we're down 15, and we're just not built to be able, a team to come back from something like that. We have it in us, but we haven't had enough guys be in the fire and give themselves to the team enough to stay the course for a whole quarter, for 3-minute stints, and just being in that respective space. Like I said, coach is giving us the recipe, like on both ends, offense, defense, what works. And we, when you see in the third quarter, you see glimpses of it where, that was the scouting report on both ends in the first quarter and the second quarter. But, players make decisions that go left, and ultimately the outcome is what the outcome is. And, coach couldn't draw it up any better for us to be prepared, and just, just being on guys and just constantly just pushing them to do the right thing. And it's, ultimately on men being men or being selfish.
Jacob, just one last one from me. Like Gary said, you need to go into Saturday night being desperate, but you're playing an opponent that's desperate to get that first win as well. It's a fascinating matchup from the outside, but how do you approach it?
I mean, I've got to, and all said and done is, and as Gary's spoken again, is, I'm the coach, and I've got to find a way to get through to these guys now. So, you bury that one, and we make adjustments, and the one thing with them is, and as he said, is they'll handle it well, and I got to find a way to pick them up quickly, but also we got to learn, and we got to come in, and we got to go into an environment where both teams are desperate. So, and this is this league, and there's nothing to like lose your mind over. In like how the season's going, we're 3 games in, but it's every game's big, and this one's a little bit bigger in a different way. So we'll figure it. We always seem to figure it out. We played badly against Sydney, came back against Southeast. We had a week to work it out. Now we got a day. And we're on the road, so we got a lot of lessons to learn. And I'm more than confident after that one we'll bounce back.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.